Greetings, Japan fans. Today's show, we're going to look at Joe Biden's lessons for CEOs. Baishu, arigatou gozaimasu. And welcome back to the 11th year of the Leadership Japan series. I'm your host in Tokyo, Dr. Greg Story, Dale Carnegie Tokyo franchise owner, president of Dale Carnegie Tokyo Training, and the three-time best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery, which is Zaegyo in Japanese, Japan Business Mastery, and Japan Presentations Mastery, or in Japanese, Anata mo Prezen no Tachiden. My other books include Stop Wasting Money on Training, which in Japanese is Training de Okane o Muda ni suru no wa yamimashou. And my just-released new book is Japan Leadership Mastery, and all are available on Amazon. This podcast brings insights, examples, and experience about leading in Japan. Trust me, it is different here. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We're not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn. Unlike many other hosting organizations, Libsyn have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here is our daily podcast lineup on Apple Podcasts. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show podcast. Tuesday, the Presentation Japan series. Every second Tuesday, the Business Touches You Know Share Show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan series. And every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcaster Show. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show podcast. Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. Before we get going, our handy Japanese phrase today is zannen desu ne. Zannen desu ne. That's too bad. Zannen desu ne. Something goes wrong for someone, you can comment, zannen desu ne. That's too bad. Zannen desu. That's disappointing. Huh? That's too bad. Zannen desu ne. Zannen desu ne. Zannen desu ne. This is episode number 571. Today we're talking about Joe Biden's lessons on destroying your leadership credibility for Japan CEOs. Being an Aussie, I don't have the right to select the next US president or get involved in American politics. I'll steer clear of this minefield and concentrate on what we can all learn from the Biden train wreck. One moment he's a contender, and in an instant he is struggling to hold on to power. Why? Because he gave a rambling speech in his debate with Donald Trump, viewed by over 50 million Americans. He was prepped for this debate by his handlers, and yet it was a debacle. What happens in business? If you are the CEO of a listed company, there's a lot of public scrutiny of what you say and how well you say it. If the company is not listed, then the internal team are studying the CEO to gauge how the firm is faring, if their jobs are safe, or what are the chances to do well within this company. One of the young people I know who's just finished university, has entered his company, mentioned how shocked he was to hear the president speak in public for the first time. Usually new entrants are vetted by HR and their initial supervisor, so their opportunities to hear the big boss are few and far between until they have joined up. His feedback was an instant concern that he had chosen the wrong firm. The president's inability to make a competent, professional speech was a coffee-stain moment. We all know that old saw about if the tray you pull down on your flight has coffee stains left there from a previous flight, it means this airline can't be trusted and they are probably not maintaining the engines properly. We judge firms by what we see. If the leader is a shambles, on their feet speaking to the troops, then doubts light up immediately. What is remarkable, though, is how few CEOs are excellent speakers. I attend a lot of public speeches by corporate leaders here, covering a range of nationalities, and it is rare to hear a leader acquit themselves professionally. Recently, I was shocked to see a local leader of a major global firm have to read his self-introduction to convince the voting audience to elect him to the organization's committee. This gentleman wasn't some fresh-faced kid. I'm guessing early 50s. That meant he has been in business for around 30 years. And yet, he can't even get up and promote himself for selection to a prestigious position on the committee. I doubt he is any more effective in rallying the staff around his vision for the future of the organisation. He was bad, but the other contenders weren't impressive either. Find out more when we come back from the break. Today's show is brought to you by our public courses, but we also do custom in-house programs. We do them in Japanese and we do them in English, do them in our super safe classroom. We do them live online. The show today is being brought to you by, on the 12th and 13th of September, our High Impact Presentations course. Also starting on the 13th of September, we'll be having our Dale Carnegie course 12-week version. Our website is www.dale-carnegie.co.jp. So that's www.dale-carnegie.co.jp. You can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. So that's greg.story, STORY, @dalecarnegie.com. If you like learning by watching videos, then we have over 2,300 there for you at Tokyo, Japan, Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. We release 3 shows every week on YouTube. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, that's the premier business show in Japan, every Monday, Tokyo time. Fridays, we have the Japan Business Mastery Show, and on Saturdays, we release Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders from SMEs right up to the corporate captains of industry on one topic, leading in Japan. Now, every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Television Show. Don't forget to grab my business best-selling books on Japan on Amazon, Japan Sales Mastery, which is Saegyo in Japanese, Japan Business Mastery, and Japan Presentations Mastery, or in Japanese, Anata mo Presen no Tachijin. My other books include Stop Wasting Money on Training, which in Japanese is Training de Okane o Muru ni suru wa yamemashou, and my just released new book is Japan Leadership Mastery, and all are available on Amazon. Welcome back. All of us in Japan face a growing nightmare of Darwinian proportions as we compete for a diminishing resource of capable staff, in particular those who can speak English. Being able to rally the team is only going to become more critical as the recruiters start hitting out people like sharks in a feeding frenzy. They'll be luring people away and picking up 40% placement fees of first-year salaries on the way through. The substantial financial rewards for this very average group of individuals is way out of proportion to their actual business competencies and abilities. That doesn't matter though, because all they have to do is be a better siren to your people than you are and lure them across to greener pastures. Most CEOs are in that position because they were technical people who made it to the top, or they've been in management positions, have shown capabilities to get things done in their previous postings. Japan is different, and a track record overseas is not a real currency here. The ability to adapt yourself to how things are done here and to be effective with the Japanese workforce are the crucial and critical make or break skills. Communication skills are at a premium. It's more difficult here because the number of people who can understand English at a high level is limited. Few of these foreign CEOs have a sufficient Japanese skill to be effective. To get a combo of Japanese fluency and high-level speaking skills is an even more demanding recipe for local success. I know plenty of foreigners here who are fluent in Japanese, but I don't know so many who can carry a crowd, who can be persuasive and effective in Japanese. Nevertheless, as Joe Biden has demonstrated, if you can't make it as an effective communicator, your whole claim to the crown is in doubt. What do I do about the unfortunate CEO who had to read his own self-introduction? I would like to suggest that he do high-impact presentations with us and learn how to give a talk and be a success. This is a sensitive conversation because I'm saying he is a dud, and we all have ego. The key for CEOs is to realize that there is no point and letting your ego restrain your ability to become better as a presenter. Communication skills are only going to get more important, particularly storytelling. None of us want to be on the wrong side of the demarcation line between competency and longevity and train wreck and removal. Thank you for joining the Leadership Japan series. If you found the program useful, then tell your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. You can contact me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Our website is www.dale-carnegie.co.jp. Until the next episode, take what you thought valuable, put it into action, because idea application is what makes winners winners. So, be one of them. Remember, I'm in your corner, your go-to guy for soft skills training in Tokyo, committed to your success here in Nippon.